From war zones to the unexplained, the journey of Ross Coulthart. Ross Coulthart, the name carries weight, an award-winning investigative journalist. His career forged in the crucible of conflict, a seasoned war correspondent. He witnessed history unfold. He documented humanity's darkest hours, his foundation, facts, evidence, unwavering pursuit of truth. He exposed corruption at the highest levels. His credibility, meticulously built, became his shield. Now, this seasoned investigator turns his gaze upwards, towards a mystery that dwarfs earthly conflicts, a phenomenon that defies conventional explanation. His focus has irrevocably shifted, from the familiar horrors of human war to the unsettling enigma of the potentially non-human. The stakes are different now, the questions more profound. This transition was not a flight of fancy, it was a methodical progression, driven by the same journalistic integrity that defined his earlier work. Coulthart encountered whispers, persistent rumors within intelligence and military circles, stories of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, craft that outmaneuvered our most advanced aircraft. He heard accounts from credible witnesses, pilots, radar operators, individuals trained to observe, to report with precision. Their testimonies painted a picture of something extraordinary, something the powerful sought to keep hidden. His investigative instincts, honed over decades, were ignited. He smelled a story bigger than any he had chased before. Coulthart's seminal work, In Plain Sight, is a journalistic bombshell. It meticulously constructs a case for the undeniable reality of UAP. These are not your grandfather's weather balloons, nor are they misidentified drones or secret terrestrial military projects. The evidence, as Coulthart lays it out, is extensive, compelling. He draws upon a vast archive, decades of documented sightings, official government reports often reluctantly released, and, crucially, first-hand witness testimony. The book is a methodical dismantling of skepticism. It challenges the world to look at the data, to confront the uncomfortable facts. The phenomenon is real. It is persistent. The craft described in these accounts defy our known technological capabilities. They perform maneuvers that are simply impossible for human-made aircraft. Instantaneous acceleration, hypersonic speeds followed by abrupt 90-degree turns. Turns that would subject any human pilot to fatal G-forces. They hover silently. They vanish and reappear in the blink of an eye. Some have been observed transmedium, moving seamlessly from atmosphere to ocean depths, without a splash, without a ripple. These are not characteristics of any known human technology. They violate our current understanding of physics. This is a central tenet of Coulthart's argument. We are dealing with something fundamentally different, something alien to our science. The observations are not isolated incidents. Coulthart's investigations probe deeper, into realms of secrecy that sound like fiction. But the evidence suggests otherwise. He reports on deeply classified programs, alleged secret crash retrieval operations, conducted by the United States government, and potentially other global powers. These clandestine efforts are said to have recovered actual non-human spacecraft. Some craft were reportedly retrieved largely intact, others fragmented from catastrophic impact. The primary objective? To understand the exotic technology, to reverse engineer its secrets. This monumental undertaking has supposedly been active for decades, shielded from public scrutiny, hidden even from most elected officials, a secret within a secret. The information Coulthart reveals comes from brave insiders, individuals who claim to have participated in these shadowy programs, or those who were briefed at the highest levels. These sources are not anonymous phantoms. They are often former military personnel, intelligence officers, aerospace engineers. Section 4. The Grush Bombshell, Inside Allegations of Recovered Technology. A pivotal figure in this unfolding drama is David Grush. His emergence has sent shockwaves through the intelligence community and beyond. Grush is not a fringe conspiracy theorist. He is a decorated combat veteran, a former senior intelligence official. He served with distinction at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and the National Reconnaissance Office. Crucially, he was detailed to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force. His credentials are unimpeachable. In June 2023, Grush came forward. He filed a formal whistleblower complaint. His allegations were stunning. He testified under oath about a multi-decade covert U.S. government program, a program dedicated to retrieving and reverse engineering craft of non-human origin. Grush's claims were specific. He alleged that the U.S. government, its allies, and defense contractors are in possession of intact and partially intact craft of exotic, non-human origin. He stated that materials from these craft have been recovered and analyzed. He also spoke of non-human biologics associated with these recoveries. His testimony was not made lightly. He provided classified information to the Intelligence Community Inspector General. The ICIG, after a thorough review, found Grush's complaint both credible and urgent. This was a landmark development. It provided official validation at a high level to claims that had long been dismissed as fantasy. The implications were immediate and far-reaching. According to Grush, these highly secretive programs operate in the darkest shadows. Section 5. The Veil of Secrecy. Why governments might conceal the truth. Why the profound secrecy? Why would governments go to such extraordinary lengths for so many decades to conceal something of this magnitude? Coulthart, through his research and interviews, explores several compelling and often overlapping motivations. The most frequently cited reason is the fear of societal disruption, the ontological shock. The revelation that we share the universe with and are being visited by advanced non-human intelligences could shatter established paradigms. It could trigger mass panic. It could undermine religious doctrines, philosophical frameworks, and the very fabric of social order. Governments, in this view, might genuinely believe they are acting as reluctant guardians, protecting the public from a truth deemed too overwhelming, too destabilizing to absorb. Technological disruption presents another formidable concern. Imagine the implications if the advanced propulsion, energy generation, or material science inherent in these alleged non-human craft were suddenly released into the public domain. Entire global industries, energy, transportation, defense, manufacturing, could be rendered obsolete almost overnight. While the long-term benefits could be immense, the short-term economic and social chaos would be unprecedented. Established corporate interests and national economies built on existing technologies would face collapse. Powerful entities would undoubtedly resist such a radical shift. They might prefer to control the assimilation of this technology, or more cynically, to monopolize it for their own strategic or commercial advantage. National security implications are undoubtedly at the forefront of government concerns. The nation, or group of nations, that first successfully understands and replicates this alien technology would achieve an unimaginable strategic advantage, militarily, economically, technologically. This inherently creates a clandestine arms race dynamic, a race conducted in the deepest secrecy. No government would want its adversaries to know the extent of its progress, its capabilities, or its failures in this domain. Section 6. Countdown to Revelation: The Enigmatic 2027 Prediction. Among the most startling revelations from Coulthart's recent work is the persistent mention of a specific time frame, the year 2027. During a widely discussed podcast interview in 2023, and in subsequent statements, Coulthart disclosed something extraordinary. He stated that there appears to be a consensus among some officials that something will become clear or happen in the year 2027. This was not presented as his personal speculation. This information, he emphasized, came directly from his high-level, well-placed sources, insiders within the intelligence and military communities. Individuals who are supposedly privy to the deepest secrets surrounding the UAP phenomenon. The year 2027 now hangs in the air, a date circled on a hidden calendar. What precisely is anticipated to occur in 2027? Coulthart and his sources remain guarded about specific details. The nature of the predicted event is shrouded in ambiguity. Yet, The spectrum of possibilities is inherently world-altering. Speculation, fueled by these insider hints, ranges widely. Could it be some form of open contact with non-human intelligences? The official, undeniable acknowledgement of their presence? Perhaps the predicted return of a specific, monitored extraterrestrial entity or object? Or it could signify the point at which undeniable, irrefutable evidence becomes public. An event or discovery so significant that it can no longer be contained, managed, or denied. The specifics are elusive, but the underlying message is one of impending, significant change. Coulthart has further elaborated that his sources indicate a belief among some insiders that the public must be gradually prepared, acclimatized, for a truth that could be, in their words, deeply unsettling. This suggests a carefully managed, phased disclosure process. The recent surge in UAP-related activity, the official government reports, the congressional hearings, the high-profile whistleblower testimonies like Grush's, the declassification of certain videos, might all be part of this deliberate, slow-burn reveal, a strategy to gently introduce humanity to a new, more complex reality. The long-standing official silence, Coulthart posits, is now transforming into a carefully paced cadence of disclosure. Section 7. Beyond the Horizon, Implications for Humanity's Future. The potential ramifications of Ross Coulthart's ongoing revelations and the looming enigma of 2027 are truly immense. They transcend the niche confines of ufology. They reach into the very foundations of human understanding, our perception of ourselves, our place in the vast cosmos, the fundamental nature of reality itself. If humanity is indeed being visited, observed, or even subtly influenced by non-human intelligences, it redefines everything. It compels us to confront the most ancient and profound questions. Are we alone in the universe? The accumulating evidence, as presented by investigators like Coulthart and whistleblowers like Grush, increasingly points towards a startling answer: no, we are not. This dawning awareness, if confirmed, could herald an unprecedented era for human civilization, an era of explosive scientific advancement, a renaissance of philosophical and spiritual reevaluation. Imagine the transformative potential if we could comprehend and responsibly harness even a fraction of the reported UAP technology: limitless clean energy, practical interstellar travel, revolutionary medical breakthroughs. The possibilities stretch beyond our current imagination. However, such profound advancements would inevitably carry immense responsibilities and significant risks. The transition to such a future would demand unprecedented global cooperation, wisdom, and ethical foresight. The challenges would be as great as the opportunities. Simultaneously, there is the undeniable potential for profound societal upheaval. Established belief systems, both religious and secular, would face existential challenges.